like to just tell you right up front, my name is David, and I'm David Bruner. I'm very fortunate to be the director here at the Center for Spiritual Living. And as is our tradition at the center, what you are here for is not just a wedding. You are here to help us create a marriage. So I would just like to give you a heads up that there are no observers today, that each one of us has a role to play by our presence and by our internal intention for this couple, because this couple is tying together two circles of family and friends, and as such, we are now creating something new. So that being said, would you please stand and turn towards the back as the bride and groom enter the room. And you've got your kids behind you. That's hot. That's really hot. I sat with these two. I was very fortunate to sit with them in a restaurant, and it was one of the first times in my life when I was not allowed to order for myself as an adult, because Patrick decided he was going to order for me. If you know Patrick, that's probably not a surprise for you. But while we sat there, we created what this day would be like, and I started to type those notes into my computer, and then it occurred to me I would much rather bring the placemat out upon which we wrote them. But I wanted to tell you the environment that these two have created into which you have walked. Would that be all right?
Yes.
They wanted today to be about love, and to be happy, to be a Christmas-like joy, connections and unity, new life, not just good, but better than. They wanted it to be about us, meaning the two of them, and to acknowledge the support of their family and their friends. They wanted to be, when we are done and look back on this day, they want to be emotionally exhausted. I think we're off to a very good start. And they wanted it to be teary-eyed and happy. So already their prayers are being answered. They also wanted me to acknowledge that what we are about today is creating that marriage and not just a wedding. So I want to thank you all for being here. Before we start, though, I want to set the environment, if I may. We are assembled here today in the presence of the Great One, which some call God and some call Source Energy. Some call the universe and some call it life. Some call it that which cannot be named, and some call it the thing itself. But there's something that we have in common, regardless of what we call it, and that is that we love and adore these two. So there are no vows more solemn than those you are about to take, and there is no institution more sacred than the one you are creating today. And it should be entered into reverently and thoughtfully with a full understanding of its sacred nature. To be complete, marriage must first be a spiritual union. You know, you two got married some time ago. You got married, maybe it was over a cup of ice cream or a hot cocoa or a dialogue about what your kids were doing at that given moment. In that instant, your two souls joined together in a way that they can never be undone. And what we are experiencing today is a celebration of that, so that we might join in and celebrate that with you. So I say to you, bride, and you, groom, today your separate lives with their individual memories and desires and dreams will merge into one. Today you join your life with the one person in the world whom you love the most. It is a blessed and sacred privilege. So I ask you right up front, will you bring to this union, each for the sake of the other, the best that is in you, seeking always to express the love that you will profess today? If so, say I will. Excellent. Then I get to the great privilege of asking who presents this amazing man and this amazing woman in marriage. Oh. You guys, it's appropriate to say, I guess I do. You know what? I think you all do. So when I say who presents this man and woman in marriage, you will all say, I do. Is that good? Who presents this man and woman in marriage? I do. Then it's appropriate that you take her hand and you take his hand and you come join me up here. And you are leaving your past behind. Okay. Today you clearly stand in the charm circle of love, that's evident. But true love, you know, is not a total absorption in each other, but it's a rather looking outward in the same direction together. Love makes your burdens lighter because you share them. Love makes your joys more intense because you share them as well. And love makes you stronger individually so that you may reach out and deal with life in ways you never had before. But I promise you, it's possible that you may have challenges. Don't you guys wish somebody had told you that a long time ago? You thought, oh, from this moment forward, woohoo! But and I'm loving that you guys already know this about each other. It's full disclosure. So I'm going to ask you to move back into the spot because it's time to get to the holy bits. May I have this? Would the two mothers be willing to hold this in your hands together? Careful of the thorns. I'm going to ask you to hold together right hands. That way you are facing each other. Patrick and Lori, today your separate lives with your individual dreams and desires and memories merge into one. Today you do join the one in the world whom you love the most. Today you enter into that new life together which will draw both of you to a new level of joy and sensitivity and relation. And today you really expand the lives of everyone in this room. And I'm very grateful. Patrick, I'm going to ask you now, in all sweet seriousness, to look into her eyes, because I'm asking you in front of all of these people the same question they're asking through my voice. Will you take Lori, whose hand you hold, choosing her alone from the entire world to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, and honor her? And will you share with her your visions and your dreams, and will you cherish her for all of your life together? If so, say, I will.
I will.
And Lori, will you take Patrick, whose hand you hold, choosing him alone from all the world to be your husband? Will you love him and comfort him and honor him? And will you share with him your visions and your dreams? And will you cherish him for all of your life together? If so, say, I will. A ring is a symbol of eternality and blessing. I'm going to let you guys just stare dreamily into each other's eyes for just a moment. I love the symbolism of the ring because a ring is a symbolism of an extraordinary relationship. By its circular nature, it has no beginning and no end. Like when the two of them got together and they knew it was right, their relationship had no beginning and no end. It was now one eternal circle. By metal, it represents that which is strong in the two of you, even in adversity. And by its sheer beauty, it reminds us of that which is unique about you and about you. Now, typically, I have the extraordinary fortune of getting to bless the ring, and I'm going to share that fortune with first those who are wearing the corsages and boutonnieres, and then all of us together. And how we will do that, I need to ask first, who has the rings that are for these two people? May I have, would you bring them to me, please? Would you all please kindly, even if it's not normally your custom, would you be willing to close your eyes and join me as I say, bless these rings, O great Spirit of life, that he who gives it and she who wears it, that she who gives it and he who wears it may always abide in your love. That they need only to look down at their hand at any time to realize that they are guided and sustained and directed and inspired by a source energy that knows only good. And may that exist exist in the beauty of these metals, and so it is. So I'm going to come to each of these folk. I've already pre-directed them, and if I haven't, just keep an eye out and watch what's going on. Okay? I've asked them to put their left hand palm up. I place the rings in your hand. He will cover it with his right. He closes his eyes and briefly put his greatest wishes for the couple into the rings.
We're making sure there's no back doors. everybody needs to be connected to this somehow. Reach over and touch, reach back. Everybody's connected to something. Ken, I need your hand in there too. So is everybody somehow touching a hand connected all the way up? Any gaps? Then would you guys all just join me? Close your eyes, even if that's not your normal custom. Send the energy forward. Thank you.
I'd say they're blessed. What do you think? So, Patrick, you have been given instruction. Taking this ring and placing it on the third finger of Lori's left hand, please repeat after me. Lori, with this ring, you may want to do that way because people are totally watching this. Did you slip your finger? Give me another. Do not take my hand off here. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
As a symbol of my faithfulness.
I place this ring upon your hand.
As a symbol of my faithfulness, I place this ring upon thee hand.
I totally believe you. And she wanted to wear her engagement ring too. Would you put that back on her hand so that you guys are always dating too? So, do this. Help him.
It's not coming off.
It's not coming up. We got that. Lori, please repeat after me. To Patrick. Patrick, I will be your wife.
Patrick, I will be your wife.
I believe in our love.
I believe in our love.
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
I will wear this ring upon my hand.
I will wear this ring upon my hand.
And Lori, take this ring and placing it on the third finger of Patrick's left hand, please repeat after me. Patrick, with this ring,
Patrick, with this ring,
I thee wed.
I wear.
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
I place this ring upon your hand.
I place this ring upon your hand.
And Patrick, please repeat after me. Lori, I will be your husband.
Lord, I will be your husband.
I believe in our love.
I believe in our love.
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
As a symbol of my faithfulness,
I will wear this ring upon my hand.
I will wear this ring upon my hand.
So Patrick and Lori, today you are joined as husband and wife, and the bonds that we have witnessed today has been forged in love and tempered in harmony and sweetness. Let today, July 9, 2011, be for you always a joyful memory of the commitment of love that you share today. So please repeat to each other together after me. This day I marry my friend.
This day I
marry my friend.
My friend that I will laugh with,
My friend that I will laugh with,
live for,
live for,
dream with,
dream with,
and together make these dreams come true.
and together make these dreams come true.
Recognizing that Patrick Lynch and Lori Rockstead have consented together in the bonds of holy wedlock and have witnessed the same before Source Energy and me and everyone here, by the authority vested in me by the state of California, by the church, and by the Holy Spirit that performs every true union, it is now a very great privilege and honor to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your husband.